Hey, Dragon Metals here. Today I will be showing how to make Necromunda fungal food objective markers. So I'll be using the Sprue shroom that I made last time in the last video. There's a few of them. I'll also seal the base up here with some sodium bicarbonate and super glue in order to seal the gap. That will need to be based with fine sand. Well, not so fine sand, as you can see there's some bits in there. That's some variety. And these are some to finish the set, which are nearly finished. This one's been dry brushed already and needs the rim doing. And that one needs dry brushing along the sandy material. And these are all the colours I will be using. So, super glue required for liquid stuff. It's very strong. And two different kinds of brushes. That's because I will be using one for the base rims. Ooh, that was the spring on my phone grabby thing. Strange sound. There you go. Okay. Glue liquid stuff. I think I'll put these over by here. Actually, I'm going to place them first. See where I want them. Yeah, I want them three there. Pressing them into the glue a little bit does it. Does the job. Want them all close together to make a little cluster of organic glowy mushrooms, a bit like the fallout mushrooms, full of that glow stick stuff, fluorescine or whatever it is. I think that's what it's called. Capture. Actually, that might be the stuff that's in this. It's that glow stick chemical. Not glow stick, highlighting chemical for highlighters. Ooh, nearly dropped that. Sticking to me with the super glue. There we go. A little bit more under that if possible. It is liquid glue though, should be. Yep, cool. Now the little tiny glowy mushroom. Okay, that should be enough. Put that aside. So I'll obviously take a few minutes to dry. Ooh, very fumy. Fumes. Super glue. Just hold that there for a second. There we go. Now this needs PVA all the way around that. PVA glue, that is, watered down very slightly. Wait for that to dry a little bit. Shouldn't take long, it is super glue. As you can see, the mushrooms already stuck, nice and solid. So we'll work on some of the others that I did earlier, which I will be making the whole set with, set of 3. These will be objective markers for the game of Necromunda, which is an old Games Workshop game, which is basically space gangsters, more or less. What am I doing? Dawnstone. It's very dry paint this, as you can see. Ooh, a bit too much there. Though it doesn't matter too much. Just drag it along all the edges. and the paint will deposit naturally as it gets picked up by all the grains of sand, and it will look ever more and more ash-like. Not there's any too much on the mushrooms. On the bottom it probably act like weathering, so that's not an issue there. I'm not referring to the top or the sides. Though it does take a bit of a scrape to get the paint to deposit. Do it in dry brushing. Still got to dry brush that one. However, that's going to take quite a while to dry, so I'll do that after the video. Already shown how to make these mushrooms in the how to make Sprue mushrooms video that I posted previously. They're great for basing materials and practically unlimited since you get a lot on a sprue. There's lots of other things you can make with sprues also. Right, close that. Gonna have to wash this brush. A little bit of grey in there, actually not that much, that's fine. That's probably still a bit tacky. It looks a bit liquid there. Don't want to stick my brush in that just yet. Zurus Purple, which is one of those alien-like colours. Give them a nice rin. This one's nearly finished, so I'll do that. I've opened this in a while, almost sealed itself shut. Look at that purple. Lovely. Other brush, smaller brush. That's what sealed that. As this will just be for the rim, and I don't want to spill over too much. It's going on quite thin. It's okay. Ooh, a little bit shaky this morning. Not so ideal. Well, it's probably just heartbeat tremble. Bit of bunny floof on there. That's my bunny rabbit Lucky. You can find in some of my videos. She's behind me. On the floor, I'm going to munch of the last of a forage. Oh, poor girl's out of leaves. Gotta get her some. She's munching all the dry bits. And she is not a small bunny, so I spoil her pretty badly. Though I do love that bunny. She keeps me company. Let's have a look at Lucky then. There's Lucky. Bunny rabbit, she's having a munch. Say hi, Lucky. Aww. Plants. A lot of plants around in mine. Gotta have some plants, especially when you've got a bunny rabbit. Besides, she eats the leaves that drop off these when they drop off during winter, so quite handy as a leaf hoover. My little bunny rabbit. Back to painting. Bunny break over with. Lovely though, isn't she? There. Now you've seen the bunny Lucky that I was mentioning. Little big Lucky. I named her Lucky because I found her running up a main road one day, believe it or not. So she's a rescue bunny. Much better. Don't know where she escaped from, but she was much better at escaping, that's for sure. Because I found her. I have experience previously with bunny rabbits, they're my chosen pet. Well, I don't mind dogs and cats and stuff too much. I have infinitely more experience with bunnies. Very intelligent bunny rabbits. Shouldn't be kept in cages. That's cruel. Or would you like being kept indoors constantly and only being allowed out now and then for food? Also, some kid that doesn't really care can give it a smooth now and then. Rabbits are creatures of love. If you don't smooth them pretty regularly, they can literally die of sadness. Horrible. So get that bunny out of a hutch if you've got one in there. Peppermint tea. Ah, that's nice. You should try it if you haven't tried it before. I recommend peppermint tea. It's very nice. PVA glue. That's for this one. Put them aside. Getting bunny floof on there. Right, PVA all the way around. Slightly watery PVA this. Some stuck on me, doesn't matter. There's a water soluble glue. The more the sticks on the edges, I'll have overlap with the sand. Once I dunk it in the pot. I actually have lots and lots of different grades of this sand, depending on what I'm using it for. Like if I wanted building scree or gravel, in which cases I have versions of this that are much higher grade. I'll be making some buildings eventually, modelling as opposed to painting. Okay, there's enough on that. Literally submerged in the sand. And tap off the rest. Some on the rim, that can come off very easily. Just brushing the finger across. You're lucky. It's underneath my foot. Okay. Clean that brush after the PVAing. As if I forget that, it will screw up my brush quite a bit. Glues. That was just in case I needed more on top of these or any overlapped, which it hasn't yet. It's actually a UV reactive colour, as in under black light this glows really well, hence Tesseract glow. You can see the glowiness there just about. Very good colour, not so cheap either. So put that aside. These two are pretty much finished. I'll get a little bit of more Xerus purple on the bottom, watered down however. Because it's a bit thin for my liking. See all the black underneath. That's better. Coverage. Don't take long to make a set of objective markers at all. They're basically tokens, you know? Things like ammo caches, fuel dumps, fungal food markers if you're in the lower underhive. Necromunda is generally in underhives, which is basically continent spanning cities. And the underhive, the lower part of these cities, which are essentially giant continents all of their own. Think the base of a pyramid, how wide that is, and then think about inside. So the entire city is a pyramid, and then the inside, the underhive. So it's gigantic sort of realm. Which is the word to use since they're imaginary places, thought up by someone. bunch of Dungeons and Dragons nerds, all bearded up playing card games. Not that there's anything wrong with that. People are often very clever. Right, that's them two pretty much done. Close-up inspection before I end the video. Last time I pressed the button accidentally. So lovely purple bases with the how do you say that? Yeah, Xerus purple. I suppose that's like the Xerxes. You know, that dude that fought the 300. So there's the glowy underhive mushrooms. And these ones are actually made from ballistic bullets, BBs, type used with airsoft guns. Hope you like my glowy Necromunda Fallouty mushrooms. And that one will be finished next time and look exactly like these. Well, not exactly, very slightly different in organisation. But I'll post the results on my Dakka Dakka page and on my Instagram. You can find links in the description to all them things. Well, till next time.